world. After 2 Earth years, I have decided to take humanity's side and disclose all of my involvement with the United States government. The following is my testimony. Mysterious astronomical journey and investigations agent 113230087. Call sign Red Mask. July 21, 2013. I was 13 years of age. I was given the opportunity by a family member to be taken on as an apprentice of sorts. At the time, I was interested in killing. I had found a weird fascination in it. Even though I had been cleared of all mental illness, I had seen things that intrigued me. I was planning on entering the Marine Corps to soothe my curiosity legally. My master had seen potential in me, a sort of sign that I could be taught, I guess. He never explained what he meant. I misunderstood at first because I thought it was an assassin, or a man for criminal organizations, or other things on a street level. I was taught and trained in Tai Chi at first so I could learn to control and focus my mind for various tasks. 2 nights into training, things changed. He showed me something that scared the shit out of me. At about midnight, we were sitting out on the porch of his rural home, 35 miles away from the nearest town. We began discussing UFOs and other conspiracies as we often did. He mentioned that he had a gray followed him around as a child since 7, I believe, and it had watched over him in life. Intrigued but doubtful, I asked him had he spoken to him or actually made contact with one of these grays. Then things changed. He explained how the government had hired him for many things, and that he would rather not speak about due to the little trust we had at the time. He said that he would rather show me something that would change my perception. I will never forget the look he gave me when he told me to keep all hostile thoughts non-existent. Me being skeptical even more than before, followed him to the edge of the porch. He told me they had already been here waiting. That made me about walk away, fearing he was insane. My pre-existing fear of the dark caused me to stay on the porch as he walked out to the woodshed. He spoke behind it, assuring whatever it was that I was not harmful. I had not to think hostile thoughts by any means. He stepped back and outstepped this light-colored, almost white naked being that walked and seemed not to move its body when walking, almost glide. The same as the videos on YouTube I had seen prior, the big black eyes, about 4 foot tall. I about shit myself, but I could not look away from it. It looked at me before a flash of light and it quickly vanished from view. I was again doubting my thoughts, as if I had made up my own vision as a memory. The next day was easy. It seemed as though I knew most of the training. I could keep up with my master when sparring, long enough to not get hit. I felt different. That night he had me to follow him into the sandhill area behind the woodshed. He had me shut off, all lights were off in the home. The television light shined through, lighting up the lot below where my other family member used to live. We walked into the dark. After about 40 meters we stopped. I complained the poor sight and he told me to shut my eyes for 15 seconds and my vision would be clear and to listen for movement. As soon as I opened my eyes I froze to a cold touch on the back of my neck, shot through my body in a strange pulse. I could not move, as if I were paralyzed. It felt like when you pop your neck wrong and feel it through your whole body. It disappeared and I looked around only to see nothing but a line of 3 grays walking up the hill into the darkness. I remember nothing but waking up the next day. I went home shortly after as I usually did. Strange happenings happen every time I went to visit out there. Combat, secret types of war, so to speak. The next day would always be normal until night. It would usually rain and all evidence would be wiped clean from the landscape. There turned out to be HARP and used to clean the area. It only rained after something would happen. We would refer to the happenings as missions. One of the final time, as I went out to supposedly trained in such a short period of time. I began to wonder why I could not remember such things, making me skeptical once more. It explained by a sort of neural eraser, like the neutralizer on the movie, a shock to the limbic system, long-term memory center of the brain, stunning it from working at certain times. Apparently, memory was affiliated with rank and classification access. It was also explained that I would have another body, made from my DNA, similar to an avatar from the sci-fi film, that I would be accessed to while I sleep, to prevent suspicion from the public of my disappearance and reappearance every night, as well to prevent the suspicion from having spontaneous wounds. Apparently anything I did remember would come to me as thought, instead of memory, to avoid the truth being told as a truth. To explain, I would fail a polygraph. I doubted all I was told and all that I remembered. After a few months I spoke to my master once more before he left, saying that I would be graduated from his training, due to him having to get his cover life under control. He said that I would have the suit's compound Bio X187 injected into the base of my spine, as it would replace my nervous system, and take me on as a host. To explain, the compound that the suit is made of is made from human DNA. It was received from the Grey Race. That is one of the reasons for abductions. They were trying to make a compound that COULTN be defined from human DNA. There are also many other reasons for the abductions, which was made legal by humans for the Greys. They were not permitted to take anyone of value. The suit functions as a normal nervous system in the body I am in as a citizen. Though when alerted by a threat, it would cause me to react. In the other body, the suit, when used for combat, the suit secretes through the pores it locks in a sort of Kevlar muscular manner, increasing speed, strength, and thought, would provide an armor, an internal heating and cooling function for extreme environment of alien worlds. This had revolutionized the classified operations squads that worked in the field for the magic. To explain on another popular culture reference, this is similar to the Spartan program of Halo. After a while the experiment was deemed successful and then the soldiers were mass-produced. The men in black are also of cloned DNA. They are made with no mind and have all the intelligence they need to be effective, fed to them in a psychological brainwashing process. The bio-soldiers were put with every COS as a support unit. Recently, an attack from a defector that was from an unknown party spun the Majestic 12 and Magic into a civil war. I am taking advantage of this opportunity to tell you classified information so that you can have the knowledge you deserve. That was my personal testimony, and this is the information I have obtained from classified sources. First off, the Illuminati in which you feel you have disclosed is nothing but the front for the Majestic 12. They are the cover for the real omniscient controllers that we all know and despise. Most of the information you have uncovered is true, though, about the economy, secret agenda, etc. The name of the controlling party you have stated is just wrong. The Majestic 12 was originally a group of scientific, military, and socially elite formed by President Harry S. Truman in 1952 to handle extraterrestrial matters for the United States. Dissolved sometime in the 60s, they continued in secrecy, sinking themselves into the world as societies, creating a modern one-world government in secrecy. 12 people who control the planet. A few have died. I am unsure if they were replaced. I was never given access to the names. Only a select few were ever allowed near them. The New World Order you fear has already happened and been around for thousands of years. Over time I learned some mind-altering truths. Pause for subtopic, and several other species, such as reptilians. 1 in 13 people are reptilian. Some may not even be aware. Signs of one being reptilian include rapid blinking, a second eyelid, reptilian pupils, or disfiguration and reformation of body, due to them not being able to hold shape. There are many species of extraterrestrials. Some cryptids, such as the Rick and the Dover demon, are actually wildlife placed on our planet from elsewhere. If you come into contact with an ET, if they seem intelligent beyond the primal stage, think peacefully, in case they have access to your mind. If they seem primal, defend yourself, but do not attack, because most primal